Hello, you fellow rebels out there. Today we are meeting again for the Rebel Toolbox monthly community get together with Marcel,
Hi.
and my name is Daniela. Hello. I will hand you over to Marcel again to start us off on what was happening on the technical front on Rebel Toolbox.
So we've had quite a few updates in the last month, mainly around the back end and maintenance kind of work to get everything up to date before we go with the release of version 1. We want to make sure that everything's up to date. So the latest version of the Android development kit, for example, has been upgraded, as well as a few other of the third-party libraries that we use. So we use over 30 third-party libraries, and each one of those gets updated in the background. We've now got a notifier enabled on all of the ones that have notifications allowed, so that we can be informed when updates occur, so that we can A, do them manually, but B, also try and get those updates more automated, like we've done with a lot of the other updates. So you'll notice as well that, for example, with the Android NDK update, we also now have automated Android library updates. So the third-party libraries that the Android side of things uses are now being updated automatically. So that reduces a lot of this background work that I've been doing manually in the last month or so. In addition to that, also looking at some of the smaller additional files that are used. So not just the full libraries, but we also use a number of other files that many of which are historical. They've been inserted into Rebel in the code base over the years prior to us forking and creating Rebel Engine itself. And those also need to be updated and checked. And quite a few of them I've noticed are severely out of date. And there was one that I noticed as well, even though we updated it earlier this year, it has a new security vulnerability. And that's why the automated updates and the notifications are so important, because if we didn't get the notification that there had been a security vulnerability in one of the libraries, we wouldn't have been known about it, and it could have just stayed there like that for months, if not years, if it's not been updated regularly. And historically, obviously, these libraries have not been updated regularly, never mind frequently. So yes, that's the main work going on in the background in preparation for release version 1. I was hoping to get that all done before the end of the year so that we could have release version 1 out in 2025, but it's now going to be the beginning of 2026.
Well, what a great start to next year, I guess.
Exactly.
So, and that leads me nicely into what I was wanting to update you on. So, I did make progress on the fundraising side. So, some of the grants we wanted to apply have been applied for. That is we, meaning collaboration between Marcel and myself. And we are hoping for a positive outcome. At the same time, some of that effort will go towards branding, looking at trying to get the Rebel brand out there, making sure that people know about us and talk about us. Ideally, talk about us in a positive light. You may have noticed since last month, we now have the Rebel logo on our videos. And the one thing that I would like to finish before the end of the year, and there still are a few more days, is to set up some merchandise. I would love the idea of having my own jersey with the Rebel logo on it, maybe some funny comments and so on. So if you want, sorry?
Yes, please.
And I'm really looking forward to that. It's a fun project. Again, something I need to learn how to do first and foremost. If you have experience, get in touch and show me how it's done. Alternatively, if you want to learn with me, get in touch as well. It's always better and more fun to have a couple of people together. The reason why this is important, as I said, it would be great to be able to have a logo that people recognize, and so that when people talk about it, they know that Rebel or Rebel Toolbox means a group of like-minded people who enjoy creating something together, are rebels, rather than a rebel insurgency somewhere in a war-torn field. So that is why branding is important. And yes, it will be used to further some of our fundraising efforts as well. So, one positive news since last time is that we now have a Rebel Stripe account. So, you can fund us if you have any spare cash going into this giving season. Please get in touch, click the link, and support us. That would be really welcome.
Yeah, sounds
More,
good.
yes, we always welcome money. Money is a good thing. People like money, and so do we. The reason why we are looking for money is not necessarily to pay us and live like rich people. No, the reason we want money is because there are skills we don't have ourselves and also tools we don't have ourselves. For example, currently we do not have any Apple products. We don't have any MacBooks, iOS phones, and things like that. So any of your support would go towards helping us make Rebel a better toolbox and a better Rebel engine. Alternatively, join us and spend some time with us. Put some pull requests through and shape Rebel any which way you want.
Yeah, I'm always looking for new contributors.
Yes, that was my update in a nutshell. I believe that was your update in a nutshell as well.
Yeah, I mean, as I said, the Android has been updated. The web build as well, which I failed to mention earlier, has been updated. So we're using the current latest web build tools, which means that all the improvements and security enhancements, as well as performance, which is most important, are included in the current builds. So if you want to test out the web builds, for example, that would be appreciated as well. We have a few web games that we can use to test it on. So, but yeah, always additional testing and just people using the Rebel engine is what we want out there.
Yes. And with that, I wish everyone a happy end to 2025.
Yeah,
We will be meeting again on the second Tuesday in January.
yes,
I will put the date and the link to it down below. And I will see you then, hopefully healthy and happy as always.
sounds good.
See you then. Bye bye.
Bye.